In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys some simple summer meals that you can eat at home or even pack and enjoy while you are out. Now you'll notice in this video that it's starting with me still pregnant and it's ending with a baby in my wrap. I also want to thank Thrive Market for sponsoring today's video, and I will talk about them a little bit later on. For this first meal, I am making some tomato basil sandwiches. We actually have some plans today to meet some friends at a creek that's local to us, and so I'm making this to bring along with us. Now this first clip here is actually the day before, and I'm starting a loaf of sourdough bread. I'm just going to be making a simple sandwich bread in my bread machine. I love making the no-knead artisan loaf of bread, but when I'm making sandwiches, I find this recipe to be the best one. And I'm also going to be grilling these, like making panini, like hot sandwiches with this. And so I thought this would be the best bread. Now I'm also going to be cutting up a watermelon to bring with us, and my daughter is going to be making some cookies. One of my favorite things about summertime is all the fresh fruits and vegetables and herbs. Now, obviously, in this day and age, you can get all this stuff at the grocery store year round, but it just tastes so much better during the summertime. Now you see I have 2 bowls here. I am giving the rinds of the watermelons to our chickens. They absolutely love watermelon rinds, and so I am going to be bringing those out to them to eat. And I'm putting this in this bowl because, like I said, I'll be packing this to bring this to the creek with us today. I am so excited to tell you guys about today's video sponsor, Thrive Market. If you've been around my channel for a little while, you've heard me talk about Thrive Market before because it is my favorite way to stock my kitchen with all the healthy staples and essentials. Thrive Market is an online membership-based grocery store on a mission to make healthy living easy and affordable for everyone. As a Thrive Market member, you will save on every single order of the highest quality organic and sustainable products with over 1,000 restricted ingredients. And if you find a lower price somewhere else, they will match it for you. Plus, any order over $49 ship free, and there's no tipping or any other additional fees. And once you join, you can check out the deal section for even more savings. Thrive Market makes it so easy to shop, especially if you are following a certain diet or if you have any food allergies. You can filter the catalog of products by diet and lifestyle, product types, or even by your favorite brands. Whether you are gluten-free, keto, or following Whole30, you can shop over 90 plus diets and values. So finally, this is a grocery store that is customized to your needs. You can rely on Thrive Market for affordable, organic groceries that align with your family's goals and lifestyles. Plus, it is so convenient and affordable. Some of my favorite things to get on Thrive Market are healthier snacks for the kids, and also a lot of my pantry staple items like sugars and peanut butter and other condiments. If you are ready to try out Thrive Market, you can use my link down in my description box below, or go to thrivemarket.com/ouroilyhouse to get 30% off your first order plus a free gift worth up to $60 when you join Thrive Market today. So the next thing I have going here is I am making some mayonnaise to go on our sandwiches. This is a very simple thing to make. It's just some avocado oil, a little bit of egg, and then you can do vinegar, like white vinegar, apple cider vinegar, something acidic. It can even be lemon juice. And then I added a little bit of salt and mustard, and then I just use my immersion blender to mix it all up, and it makes a nice creamy mayonnaise. I am slicing up some tomatoes to go on my sandwich, and then I'm also going to be getting some basil out of our little herb garden here in our sunroom to put on the sandwiches as well. My daughter's making some peanut butter cookies to pack. We are going with some friends, and so she is making a double batch of these to bring along and to share while we are at the creek. I have some raw cheddar cheese that I got from As Your Standard that I am slicing up, and then I'm just going to be putting that on our bread with the tomatoes and the basil and grilling these up. I love making sandwiches when we go out, and I love a hot sandwich even if it's not hot when we eat it. I love the melted cheese, and it makes it so much easier for the kids to eat it, and it kind of all stays assembled. I also like assembling the sandwiches before we go, so it's one less thing we have to do when we're at the park or the creek or whatever we're doing that day. It makes for our packed lunch a lot easier when it's already finished. Now, another thing is that you can see obviously in this clip, I am still pregnant, and I don't like to eat deli meat unless it's heated up when I'm pregnant. And so I was trying to get creative, you know, and think about things that I could pack that would allow easy meals to take, but yet not have deli meat, since that is something that you can't have when you are pregnant. I'm gonna be getting some Hawaiian rolls going, but I am out of flour. So the first thing that I have to do is grind some flour. Now you guys can hear the baby in the background. That's gonna be something that you're gonna start hearing a lot of, because I'm gonna be holding him while I'm doing these voiceovers. And so lots of little baby noises. Sorry about that, but there's no way around it because he's always right with me. So anyway, on this particular day, like I said, I'm grinding up some flour to get some sourdough Hawaiian rolls going, because for this next packed meal, I am making kind of like a pulled pork sandwich, but I'm actually using beef because that is what I have in my freezer. We don't currently have any pork. We will be having more soon because we are raising some hogs currently, but they are not ready quite yet. And so I'm gonna be using beef for this. I'm gonna be making it in my Instapot. Anytime I make a shredded meat, I love making it in my Instapot because it makes it very easy to shred once it's finished. And so starting off by putting a big chuck roast in my Instapot with a little bit of oil on the bottom. I've added in some water, some seasonings. I'm just doing salt and pepper. And I will cook this on high pressure. Now, depending on if it is frozen or defrosted will depend on how long I do it. If it's totally defrosted, I'll do about 30 minutes. And then if it's not, I'll do like 45 minutes. This is my dough that I started yesterday. You can see it rose quite well in my mixer here. I actually put it in the refrigerator to slow the rising process down a little bit. So I just cut these into equal parts and I'm rolling them up and putting them into a greased 9x13 pan. And I'll let them have a second rise here and then bake them. And these, like I said, are going to be Hawaiian rolls to make our pulled beef sandwiches. The next thing I'm starting here is some homemade barbecue sauce. I just Googled up a recipe and then I, modified it depending on what I had, but it's pretty simple to make barbecue sauce if you don't have any on hand. Typically I don't, and so we end up making it more often than not. The whole idea of this video was to give you some different fun meals that you can easily pack if you are out and about this summer. I find that if I do a little bit of preparing ahead of time, I can end up having healthier meals while we're out and about rather than being tempted to stop and get something, or just always relying on deli meat or peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. It's kind of fun to switch it up and have different options. Now, another thing with my family is my boys are such big eaters, and unless I have something that is full of protein, they do not seem to get full. So that's why you'll notice there's lots of meat in all of these different recipes. It's just a better way to get them filled up. And then also, when you pack food, it really does just save so much money, because even just like running through a drive-through with a large family can get really expensive. And so if we can find a way to pack, it definitely changes the game a little bit and makes it much more affordable. While my meat simmers on the stove, I'm going to finish up my Hawaiian rolls here. I'm just doing a little egg wash on top, and then I'm going to bake these. My meat is obviously already cooked, but I love to let it simmer in the barbecue sauce. I just find that it makes the meat much more tender and so flavorful whenever you do it that way. All right, the kids are back at it with baking today. They are making some no-bake peanut butter chocolate cookies. And so that's what's going on behind me at the table. My daughter started this and the boys quickly realized that she had something really yummy over there. So she has some taste testers at the table with her. Now with this meal, I'm actually making some homemade French fries, and I also have some pickled onions that we had in the refrigerator. That's something that I like to keep on hand most of the time, just because they're so delicious with everything. Now, this recipe is on my cooking blog, so I will link that for you guys down below. And on this particular day, we were not going anywhere, so I did not have to pack this, but it would be an easy meal to pack. I could put the meat in one container and then the rolls in another container. And I probably wouldn't bring French fries if we were packing that because fries are just so much better fresh. Maybe with some chips or even just with nothing, you know, just a sandwich would probably be a fine lunch. But on this particular day, we are staying home, and so I made French fries to go along with this meal. All right, this is another day. You notice I'm pretty much wearing the same dress in every video, and that's because this was at the very end of my pregnancy. Like I said, you're gonna see the baby before this video is over. And you know, at the end of pregnancy, nothing really fits anymore. And so I had a couple of dresses that were still working, and that is what I was wearing every single day. All right, so I am starting a whole chicken again in my Instapot. I love using my Instapot as much as I possibly can during the summertime, just because it cuts down on the stove being used and it keeps the house a little bit cooler. Now, obviously, I still use my oven and my stove and everything all the time, but I like to try to use my Instapot as much as I possibly can. I am making a Southwest chicken bowl meal that is easy to pack. Now, the reason I am making this is I got this idea. One of my sister-in-laws, we were at the park with her and her kids, and she had something similar to this. I don't know if it was exactly this, but she had these little containers, and there was rice in there and beans and lots of different vegetables and chicken. And I was like, you know what, that looks so good. And so I decided to kind of copy that idea and make this. I got some little containers to put this in. They are little plastic containers. I don't typically do too much plastic. I like to use mostly glass and stainless steel. But I was thinking for the summer, you know, if we're going somewhere, this is a very easy way to pack a meal. And again, it's not just the regular deli meat or peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Not that we don't do that sometimes too, but this just makes it a little more fun and just gives us some different things to eat. And so I'm just going to assemble these, and we are actually going somewhere right after this, so I thought this would be an easy meal to pack. And this actually tastes just fine cold, so I actually put these in the cooler when I was finished making these, and they were very easy again when it was time to eat because I just pulled them out. They were already ready to go and gave the kids a fork, and they had a very easy, quick meal. I topped these with the Date Lady sauce. I talk about that all the time. It's one of my favorite sauces. Just Google up the Date Lady and you'll see it. She has lots of different fun sauces that are all made with good ingredients, and they are so delicious, and it is good with literally everything. All right, this next meal is kind of not different, kind of a weird meal maybe. I don't know, my kids absolutely love chicken wings. And so that is what I am making. And again, I thought it would be a very simple meal that we could pack and bring with us out and about. So I just have a bunch of chicken wings. I like to put some butter on there, salt and pepper, and then I am just tossing them in some hot wing sauce. And then I'm putting these on a tray with some little cookie sheets to really get them nice and crispy. I'm gonna bake them, and then I will add some more sauce on the top and broil them. And I'm just going to make some homemade ranch and cut up some celery and some different vegetables, and that is going to be our packed lunch that I'm bringing for this particular day. You can see I am making some more mayonnaise. This is going to be the base for my ranch dressing. I did mayonnaise, and then I'm doing some homemade yogurt, and then I'll put a bunch of spices in here. And I'd also added in some cream, you saw there. Italian seasoning, some dill, salt, and pepper, stirring this up. And this makes a really yummy ranch veggie dip that we will use with our meal for this day. I got some little containers that had separators in them, and so I'm using these to put some vegetables on one side and then the ranch dip on the other side. These actually were a little bit smaller than what I was expecting, and so they didn't work super well for my family because we had to bring several of these. Kind of fun for the kids because I could spread them out and everybody could have some, but in the picture, I mean, I should have obviously read the ounces before I ordered them, but in the picture I thought they were bigger than what they were. I'm also going to be cutting up a pineapple to bring, and also some blueberries. Again, just some easy sides to go with our chicken wings to make this a full meal. Like I said, this is actually going to be a lunch meal for us, and this is not for everybody in my family. On this particular day, my husband was not going with us, and I think he kept a couple of the toddlers, and so this was just for myself and then my older children. Alright, so as you guys can see, I am not pregnant anymore. I have a baby in my wrap. So there was a little bit of a break in this video, a couple of weeks actually. I started filming this before the baby was born because, you know, you can never plan when babies are coming, and I wasn't really sure, you know, when that was going to happen. And so I just kept filming, and then he came, and there was a couple week break in between doing any type of recording or cooking or anything. We were so blessed to have lots of family members bring us meals over, so I didn't have to do any cooking or anything in the first couple weeks of Lewis's little life, which was extremely nice. And so anyway, I'm back in the kitchen now, finishing up this video, and this meal was inspired by a meal that my sister, my younger sister, who has a YouTube channel, Our Sweet Sunny Days, Andrea, made whenever we got together for a little special family event. She made some like pineapple chicken tacos, and so I was kind of making a spin off of those. I didn't use her exact recipe. In fact, I'm kind of making this up as I go, and I added in some buffalo sauce as well, just because my family likes everything really spicy. So you see, again, we have the Instapot out. I am doing some chicken. Like I said, I added in some buffalo sauce and some pineapple, so it's gonna be kind of a sweet, spicy type thing. And you know what, actually, I did end up writing down this recipe as I was making it, and I have it on my blog, and so I will link it down below. This was so delicious. Everyone in my family loved it, and so it's definitely something that we're going to be making again. Such a fun summer meal. Now I'm also making another kind of like homemade ranch dressing for this. It's a little bit different than the last one because I am making it lemony. I'm adding in a bunch of herbs to this. It's a really fun, I'm calling it a ranch, but I guess it's really, I don't really know what it is, a creamy sauce that's going on top of these tacos that we are making. I always get a lot of questions about the wrap that I'm wearing anytime I have a new baby. And this is actually the Solly baby wrap. I love this one during the summertime because it's so lightweight, and so it doesn't feel very hot, you know, whenever you're carrying a baby around when it's really, really hot outside. And so it is one of my favorites. I can link it for you guys down below if you are interested or have a new baby, or really you can wear it for any size kid. I always keep my babies in here for like the first year. After my chicken was done, I shredded it up and then I put the sauce and pineapples all on top of it. And then I added some fresh jalapeno to only half of it just because some of my kids will not like jalapenos, some will. And then I put it in the oven and let it broil just to kind of char the top a little bit. And now I'm assembling these tacos. Like I said, these were so amazing. We all love these, so this will probably be something that we'll be making again. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys got some great summer meal inspiration.